John, a 70-year-old man, had always struggled with poor sleep, particularly as he aged. Nights were often restless, filled with frequent awakenings that left him feeling drained and weary by morning. It had become a familiar routine for John to rise from his bed in the middle of the night, driven by the need to use the bathroom. He had grown accustomed to the ritual, so much so that he never thought twice about it. But on this particular night, something felt different. The air in his bedroom was still, the faint hum of the clock the only sound breaking the silence. John stirred from his sleep, the pressing need to urinate pulling him from his fragile slumber. With practiced ease, he swung his legs over the side of the bed and shuffled toward the bathroom, unaware that this seemingly mundane action would soon lead to a tragic end. As he finished his business, a sudden wave of unease washed over him. His heart began to race uncontrollably, pounding in his chest like a drum. A sharp dizziness clouded his vision, and he grasped at the bathroom sink in a desperate attempt to steady himself. The room spun around him, and before he could call for help, John crumpled to the cold, unforgiving floor. The sound of his fall echoed through the house, startling his family from their sleep. Panicked, his loved ones rushed to his side, finding him unresponsive. In a flurry of fear and urgency, they called for an ambulance, praying that he would be okay. But despite the paramedics' swift arrival and the doctor's tireless efforts, John's life slipped away. The shock of his sudden passing sent ripples of grief through his family, leaving them to grapple with the pain of losing him so unexpectedly. News of John's death quickly spread through the community, sparking concern and bewilderment. How could a routine trip to the bathroom end in such a devastating loss? Many who knew John began to question the risks associated with nighttime awakenings, particularly for the elderly. The doctors who treated John shed light on the potential dangers that can arise when elderly individuals get up at night. They explained that while it may seem like a harmless act, there are significant health risks involved, especially for those with underlying conditions or weakened cardiovascular systems. John's case was a stark reminder of the importance of being cautious during these nocturnal movements. One of the primary concerns highlighted by the doctors was the sudden change in blood pressure that can occur when an elderly person rises too quickly. As the body shifts from a lying to a standing position, blood pressure can drop suddenly, causing dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting. For someone like John, who may have had a weakened heart, this rapid change can be particularly dangerous, leading to falls or, in severe cases, a fatal cardiovascular event. But why do people, especially the elderly, wake up so often at night? The reasons are multifaceted and can range from emotional disturbances to dietary habits and underlying medical conditions. Emotional factors play a significant role in sleep disruptions. John, like many others, had been dealing with the stresses and emotions that naturally come with aging. Research suggests that significant emotional fluctuations, whether from excitement, anger, or distress, can cause the brain to remain tense, leading to frequent awakenings. For someone like John, who may have been silently carrying the weight of these emotions, nights could be particularly restless, making it harder to achieve a deep, restorative sleep. Dietary habits are another crucial factor. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing food, particularly heavy or spicy meals consumed close to bedtime. For John, perhaps a late dinner or a tendency to drink water before bed may have contributed to his frequent nocturnal trips to the bathroom. Consuming food or liquids late at night can slow digestion, leading to discomfort and an increased need to urinate, both of which disrupt sleep. Moreover, medical conditions such as diabetes or kidney disease can exacerbate the problem. In John's case, undiagnosed or unmanaged health issues may have played a role in his frequent awakenings. Conditions like diabetes can cause blood sugar levels to fluctuate, affecting kidney function and increasing the need to urinate during the night. For men, prostate health is another significant concern. An enlarged prostate can make urination difficult, leading to frequent and urgent trips to the bathroom. Understanding these underlying causes is essential, but it is equally important to know what precautions should be taken when getting up at night. The doctors emphasize the need for elderly individuals to move slowly and cautiously when they feel the urge to get up. Sudden movements, especially in a dark room, can be dangerous, as they increase the risk of falls and accidents. For someone like John, who may have already been feeling unsteady, a cautious approach could have made all the difference. Keeping warm is another important consideration, particularly in colder climates. For elderly individuals with weakened immune systems, the shock of leaving a warm bed and stepping into a cold room can be jarring. The sudden temperature change can affect blood circulation and exacerbate existing health issues, making it crucial to dress warmly and take care when moving about at night. Avoiding cold water is also advisable. Drinking cold water in the middle of the night can shock the gastrointestinal system, leading to cramps, bloating, or even nausea. For someone like John, who may have been more sensitive to such changes, this could have further disrupted his sleep and overall well-being. So, how can we help reduce the frequency of waking up at night and ensure better sleep health? One of the most effective strategies is to monitor water intake before bed. For elderly individuals, drinking too much water late at night can lead to increased trips to the bathroom, disrupting sleep. It's also important to develop healthy sleep habits, such as going to bed at a consistent time each night, ideally between 10 and 11 p.m., and ensuring the bedroom environment is conducive to restful sleep. Late-night snacking should be avoided, especially if the food is heavy, spicy, or greasy. These foods can cause indigestion and discomfort, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Instead, opt for a light, easily digestible snack if needed before bed. Reducing stimulating activities, such as using electronic devices or watching TV, before bed is also crucial. These activities can make the mind more alert, making it difficult to wind down and fall asleep. Instead, calming pre-bedtime rituals like listening to soothing music or practicing deep breathing exercises can help the body relax and prepare for sleep. For those with chronic health conditions like diabetes or hypertension, it's important to manage these conditions under a doctor's guidance. Medication should be taken as prescribed, and any changes in dosage or medication should only be made with a doctor's approval to avoid adverse effects. John's story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of sleep health, particularly for the elderly. His tragic passing highlights the need for increased awareness and proactive measures to ensure that we do not overlook the seemingly small risks that can have significant consequences. By adopting healthy sleep habits, understanding the underlying causes of nighttime awakenings, and taking precautions when getting up at night, we can all work towards better sleep and overall well-being. When you become older, the meaning of life often shifts in ways you never imagined in your youth. The things you once took for granted, the easy rhythm of your daily routine, the strength in your muscles, the sharpness of your mind, begin to change. Life slows down, and with it comes a deeper reflection on what truly matters. This story is about a man named George, who, like many others, found himself facing the realities of aging with a mixture of acceptance and regret. George had always been a man of purpose. In his younger days, he had been the kind of person who never sat still, always moving, always working towards something. He had built a successful career, raised a family, and even managed to carve out time for his passions: gardening, woodworking, and the occasional fishing trip with friends. His life had been full, and he had taken great pride in the fact that he was always busy, always needed. But as the years went by, things began to change. His children grew up and moved away, starting families of their own. His work, once the center of his universe, slowly faded into the background as retirement approached. His body, once strong and reliable, began to show the inevitable signs of wear and tear. The once easy tasks became burdensome, and the things he had once done without thinking now required careful consideration. It was during this time that George began to grapple with the question of what his life meant now that so much of it had changed. He found himself spending more time alone, his days no longer filled with the hustle and bustle of work and family. The quietness of his home, once a welcome respite, now felt like a reminder of all that he had lost. The garden he had once tended with such care now seemed like too much work, and his tools gathered dust in the shed. One autumn evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and cast a golden glow over his yard, George sat on his porch, staring out at the world he had built. The air was crisp, carrying with it the scent of fallen leaves and the promise of a long winter ahead. He felt the weight of his years pressing down on him, a heavy cloak of loneliness and uncertainty. In that moment, George was struck by a thought that had been lurking at the edges of his mind for some time. What was the meaning of his life now? What purpose did he serve in this new chapter of his existence? He had always defined himself by what he did. His work, his role as a father, his hobbies. But now, with so much of that behind him, he was left wondering what his life was really about. The next morning, George woke up with a determination he hadn't felt in a long time. He decided to take a walk, something he hadn't done much of lately. He laced up his old boots, grabbed his cane, and set out down the familiar path that led from his house to the nearby park. The trees were ablaze with autumn colors, their leaves crunching underfoot as he walked. The cool air filled his lungs, invigorating him in a way he hadn't expected. As he made his way through the park, he noticed other people enjoying the day. There was a young couple sitting on a bench, their heads close together as they whispered and laughed. A group of children ran past him, their laughter echoing through the trees as they chased each other in a game of tag. An elderly woman sat on a nearby bench, knitting something colorful and soft, her hands moving with practiced ease. George paused for a moment, watching the scene unfold around him. It was a simple thing, this walk in the park, but it brought him a sense of peace he hadn't felt in a long time. He realized that in his quest to find meaning in his life, he had been looking for something grand, something monumental. But perhaps, he thought, the meaning of life in this stage was not about doing, but about being. As he continued his walk, George began to see things differently. He noticed the small details he had once overlooked, the way the sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the ground, the sound of the wind rustling through the trees, the smell of the earth, rich and loamy, as it prepared for winter. These were the things he had always taken for granted, the background noise of his busy life. But now, in his slower pace, they seemed to take on a new significance. In the days that followed, George made a conscious effort to embrace this new perspective. He began to spend more time outside, tending to his garden once again. But instead of seeing it as a chore, he approached it as a form of meditation, a way to connect with the world around him. He started small, pulling weeds and planting a few bulbs for the spring. The work was hard, but it was also deeply satisfying, grounding him in a way that he hadn't felt in years. George also made an effort to reconnect with the people in his life. He reached out to his children, inviting them over for Sunday dinners. At first, they were hesitant, busy with their own lives and unsure of what to make of this sudden change in their father. But slowly, they began to come around, bringing their families with them. His home, once so quiet and empty, began to fill with the sounds of laughter and conversation once more. He also began to engage with his community in ways he never had before. He joined a local group of retirees who met weekly at the park for a walk and a chat. They were a motley crew, each with their own stories and struggles, but they shared a common bond, the understanding that life, even in its later stages, was still full of potential. Through these new friendships, George found himself opening up in ways he hadn't before, sharing his thoughts and listening to the experiences of others. As the months passed, George began to feel a sense of renewal. He realized that the meaning of life wasn't something static or fixed, but something that evolved with time. When he was younger, his purpose had been about building a life, raising a family, succeeding in his career, pursuing his passions. But now, in his older years, his purpose had shifted. It was about appreciating the life he had built, savoring the small moments, and finding joy in the simple act of living. One evening, as George sat on his porch watching the sunset, he reflected on the journey he had been on. He thought about how he had once been so consumed with the idea of purpose, of needing to do something to justify his existence. But now, he understood that life's meaning wasn't about the things you do, but the way you live. It was about being present in the moment, cherishing the relationships that mattered, and finding peace within yourself. George's story is a reminder that as we age, the meaning of life can take on new forms. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that our worth is tied to our accomplishments, to what we can produce or achieve. But as time goes on, we come to realize that the true value of life lies in the connections we make, the beauty we find in the everyday, and the peace we cultivate within ourselves. So, when you become older, remember that life's meaning is not something you need to chase or create. It's already there, in the quiet moments, the simple pleasures, and the love you share with others. Embrace this new chapter with an open heart, and you'll find that even in the slower pace of old age, life is still rich with meaning, still full of lessons to be learned and joy to be found. Lessons for the younger generation can be profoundly transformative when they take the time to reflect on the journeys of those who have preceded them. George's narrative, marked by subtle revelations and profound realizations, offers invaluable insights that can significantly influence the lives of the youth. During our formative years, life often feels like an unending race, pushing us relentlessly toward the next achievement, the next milestone. Yet, what if we paused, took a breath, and truly appreciated the unfolding journey? This crucial lesson emerges from George's experiences. Psychologically, we are inherently driven to seek progress and pursue our dreams and ambitions. This drive is essential, especially in youth, as it propels us toward growth and self-discovery. However, this same drive can also lead to a life consumed by constant motion, where the present moment is perpetually sacrificed for the future. George's story serves as a poignant reminder that while ambition is important, it should not overshadow the ability to live fully in the present. Young people can learn to harmonize their aspirations with mindfulness, setting goals without losing sight of the everyday beauty that surrounds them. From a philosophical perspective, the concept of life as a journey rather than a mere destination is a notion explored by thinkers throughout history. Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, spoke of eudaimonia, or flourishing, achieved not through the accumulation of external success, but through living a life of virtue and purpose. George's later years vividly illustrate this principle. As his focus shifted from external accomplishments to internal fulfillment, he discovered a deeper contentment. This teaches young people that true happiness is not found in the relentless pursuit of more, but in cultivating a life rich with meaning, connection, and purpose. Another vital lesson is the acknowledgement of life's transitory nature. Youth often carries a sense of invincibility, a belief in the endlessness of time. Yet, as we age, we come to realize that life is finite and our time is limited. George's narrative gently reminds young people that while planning for the future is natural, it is equally important to savor the present. By doing so, they can lead lives that are not only successful but also deeply fulfilling. George's experiences also underscore the significance of relationships and human connection. In our younger years, personal ambitions can sometimes overshadow the relationships that truly matter. George's later years were enriched by rekindled connections with his family, bringing him a sense of peace and belonging that his career alone could never provide. This lesson highlights that success is hollow if achieved in isolation. Investing in relationships, nurturing friendships, and spending quality time with loved ones are essential components of a well-lived life. Psychologically, the concept of identity plays a crucial role in George's story. In youth, we often define ourselves by our jobs, achievements, and societal roles. However, as George discovered, these external markers of identity can shift or fade with time. Young people can learn from this that while striving for success is important, it is equally essential to cultivate a strong sense of self independent of external validation. This inner resilience becomes invaluable as life's circumstances evolve. Philosophically, the concept of memento mori, or remember you must die, encourages living with the awareness of life's temporality. This is not meant to be a morbid reminder, but a call to live more fully, prioritizing what truly matters. George's story embodies this philosophy. As he grew older, he came to understand the preciousness of time, leading him to live more intentionally. For young people, adopting a memento mori mindset can inspire them to make choices aligned with their values and focus on what brings genuine fulfillment. Another lesson is the importance of adaptability and resilience. Life is replete with unforeseen changes, and the ability to adapt is crucial for long-term well-being. George's journey through retirement and declining health involved significant adjustments, both physically and emotionally. Yet, rather than resisting these changes, he embraced them and found new ways to live with purpose. Young people can learn from George that while life may not always follow a planned path, resilience and adaptability can transform challenges into opportunities for growth. George's transition from a focus on external achievements to a more reflective, introspective life also highlights the importance of self-awareness. In psychology, self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and understand our own emotions and those of others. George's story illustrates that self-awareness deepens with age, but it is a skill young people can and should cultivate early. By becoming more attuned to their thoughts, feelings, and motivations, they can make more informed decisions and live authentically. Philosophically, George's journey echoes existentialist teachings, which emphasize creating meaning in a world that can often seem chaotic or meaningless. As George aged, he realized that meaning is not handed to us but is created through our actions, relationships, and choices. Young people can learn that while life may be uncertain, they have the power to shape their destinies and find meaning in their experiences. George's story also underscores the value of simplicity. In a world that often glorifies busyness and material success, George's later years remind us that simplicity can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life. By tending to his garden and spending time with loved ones, George found joy in life's simple pleasures. This serves as a reminder to young people that happiness does not always come from grand achievements or possessions, but from finding contentment in the present moment. The narrative of George also teaches the importance of purpose. Transitioning from a career to retirement, George faced the challenge of finding a new sense of purpose, a struggle that resonates with young people as they navigate their early careers. George's story shows that purpose is not fixed but can evolve over time. It is important for young people to recognize that redefining their purpose as they grow is essential for a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. Additionally, George's story highlights the significance of self-care. In his youth, George often neglected his well-being in pursuit of his goals. As he aged, he realized the importance of maintaining his physical and mental health. For young people, this serves as a crucial reminder that self-care is not a luxury but a necessity. Prioritizing health and well-being lays a strong foundation for a fulfilling life. Finally, George's story illustrates the power of gratitude. Reflecting on his life, George began to appreciate the blessings he had previously overlooked in his quest for success. Gratitude is a powerful psychological tool that shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. For young people, cultivating a habit of gratitude can lead to greater happiness and satisfaction, helping them to recognize the beauty in their lives even amid challenges. In conclusion, the lessons young people can learn from George's story are rich and multifaceted, touching upon psychology, philosophy, and the essence of human experience. By embracing these lessons, they can live more intentionally, finding balance, meaning, and fulfillment in both the present and the future. Life is a journey, and while striving for success is natural, it is equally important to cherish the moments along the way, nurture relationships, and cultivate a deep sense of purpose and self-awareness. By doing so, young people can build lives that are not only successful but also profoundly meaningful and fulfilling. Older generations, having journeyed through the myriad experiences that life presents, possess an immense reservoir of wisdom. This wisdom is not merely an accumulation of facts or memories, but a rich tapestry woven from years of facing challenges, celebrating triumphs, and enduring the complexities of human existence. Their ability to transmit this knowledge to younger generations is both a profound responsibility and a rare privilege. The act of passing down these lessons is not just about sharing information. It is about shaping the minds and souls of those who will one day take their place in the world. To do this effectively, older individuals must approach this exchange with deep intentionality, a nuanced understanding of human nature, and an empathy that transcends generational divides. Their experiences, when shared with clarity and purpose, have the power to illuminate the path for younger people, offering them guidance through life's inevitable challenges and victories. One of the most compelling methods by which older individuals can share their accumulated wisdom is through the art of storytelling. Stories are a fundamental aspect of human culture, resonating with us on a deeply emotional level. They transform abstract ideas into vivid, relatable experiences that linger in the memory. When an older person shares a story from their past, be it a tale of overcoming adversity, making a difficult choice, or finding unexpected joy, they are not just recounting events. They are offering younger individuals a framework through which to view and understand the world. These narratives can act as cautionary tales, warning of potential pitfalls, or as sources of inspiration, highlighting the resilience of the human spirit. Through storytelling, older generations provide young people with a wealth of perspectives that can help them navigate their own lives with greater insight and wisdom. Another vital avenue through which older individuals can impart their wisdom is by taking on the role of a mentor. Mentorship is a deeply personal and sustained relationship that allows for a continuous exchange of knowledge, tailored to the specific needs and aspirations of the mentee. This one-on-one guidance provides young people with a safe space to explore their ideas, express their concerns, and seek advice. The mentor, drawing on their extensive life experience, can offer insights that are both practical and profound, helping the mentee to navigate the complexities of their personal and professional lives. Mentorship also serves to bridge the generational gap, fostering a sense of connection and mutual respect between the old and the young. Through this relationship, the wisdom of the past is seamlessly integrated into the present, ensuring that it continues to guide the decisions and actions of the next generation. Leading by example is another powerful way in which older generations can teach younger people. Actions often speak louder than words, and the behaviors exhibited by older individuals can have a profound impact on those who observe them. Whether it is showing kindness in everyday interactions, maintaining integrity in challenging situations, or demonstrating resilience in the face of setbacks, older people can model the values and principles they hold dear. This form of teaching goes beyond mere instruction. It allows young people to witness these values in action, internalizing them through observation. By consistently embodying the lessons they wish to impart, older individuals can instill in younger people the importance of living a life rooted in ethical and moral principles. Moreover, older generations can offer young people a broader, more nuanced perspective on life. With age often comes a greater ability to see the bigger picture, to understand that life's difficulties are frequently transient, and that true success is measured not by material achievements, but by the quality of one's character and relationships. By sharing this perspective, older individuals can help young people to develop a more balanced and thoughtful approach to life. They can teach them to prioritize what truly matters, such as personal growth, meaningful connections, and a sense of purpose, over the pursuit of fleeting pleasures or superficial success. This broader viewpoint can also help young people to navigate life's inevitable setbacks with greater resilience, understanding that challenges are an integral part of the human experience and that they often lead to personal growth and deeper wisdom. In addition to offering philosophical insights, older generations can provide practical advice that is grounded in real-world experience. The lessons they have learned in areas such as financial management, career development, and relationship building are invaluable to younger individuals who are just starting out in these areas. By sharing their experiences, older people can help young individuals to avoid common mistakes, make informed decisions, and approach life's challenges with a greater sense of preparedness. The wisdom gained from years of navigating these aspects of life allows older individuals to offer advice that is not only insightful but also highly relevant to the real-world situations that young people will encounter. Beyond practical advice, the emotional support that older individuals can provide is also of immense value. The pressures and uncertainties of life can be overwhelming for young people, and the steady, reassuring presence of someone who has already navigated these challenges can be a tremendous source of comfort. Older individuals, with their broader perspective and deeper understanding of life's ebb and flow, can remind younger people that it is okay to make mistakes, that failure is often a necessary step on the path to success, and that they are not alone in their struggles. This emotional support can help young people to build the confidence and resilience they need to face life's challenges head-on, knowing that they have someone to turn to for guidance and reassurance. The concept of legacy is another profound way in which older generations can impart their wisdom to younger people. Legacy is not just about the tangible things we leave behind. It is about the impact we have on the world and the values we pass on to others. By reflecting on their own legacy, older individuals can teach young people the importance of living a life of purpose, integrity, and meaning. This might involve sharing stories about the values they have upheld, the relationships they have nurtured, or the contributions they have made to their communities. These reflections can encourage young people to think beyond their immediate desires and consider the long-term impact of their actions, fostering a sense of responsibility and stewardship for the world around them. Patience and perseverance are two virtues that older generations can also teach younger individuals. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification is often expected, the ability to wait, to endure, and to work steadily toward a goal is becoming increasingly rare. Older individuals, who have witnessed the rewards of persistence over time, can share their experiences of how patience and perseverance have paid off in their own lives. These stories can serve as a reminder to young people that true success often requires time, effort, and a willingness to endure challenges along the way. By learning the value of patience and perseverance, young people can develop a more resilient and determined approach to life, understanding that the most worthwhile achievements are often the result of long-term effort and dedication. Intergenerational dialogue is another essential aspect of the transmission of wisdom from older to younger individuals. Open and honest conversations between generations allow for the exchange of ideas, perspectives, and values. Through these dialogues, older people can engage younger individuals in discussions about life's most important questions, such as the nature of happiness, the meaning of love, and the pursuit of purpose. These conversations not only help young people to refine their own beliefs and values, but also provide an opportunity for older individuals to learn from the younger generation. This two-way flow of wisdom benefits both parties, creating a richer and more nuanced understanding of life for all involved. One of the most profound lessons that older people can share with younger individuals is the importance of self-awareness and reflection. With age often comes a deeper understanding of oneself, an awareness of what truly matters, what brings joy, and what holds meaning. By encouraging young people to engage in self-reflection, older individuals can help them to develop a stronger sense of identity and purpose. This might involve sharing personal practices such as journaling, meditation, or simply taking time to pause and think. These practices can help young people to navigate life with greater clarity and intention, leading to more authentic and fulfilling lives. By fostering self-awareness, older individuals can help younger people to build a solid foundation for personal growth and development. The value of community and connection is another critical lesson that older generations can impart to younger individuals. Having lived through various stages of life, older people often recognize the importance of relationships and the support networks that sustain us. By sharing their experiences of building and maintaining friendships, participating in community activities, or giving back to others, older individuals can inspire young people to cultivate their own connections. This focus on community can help young people to understand that life is not just about individual success, but about contributing to and being supported by the larger community. In a world that often emphasizes individualism, this lesson is particularly important as it encourages young people to value the interconnectedness of human life and to prioritize the well-being of others as well as themselves. Older generations also carry with them a deep respect for history and tradition, which can be an invaluable lesson for younger individuals. Having witnessed significant changes over time, older people can provide a sense of continuity and context, helping young individuals to appreciate the complexities of the world they live in. By sharing stories of the past, explaining the origins of traditions, or discussing how societal changes have impacted their lives, older individuals can help younger people to develop a greater understanding of the world around them. This historical perspective can foster a sense of gratitude and responsibility in young people, encouraging them to learn from the past as they shape the future. Older generations can impart is the recognition of life's fragility and the importance of cherishing each moment. Having experienced loss and the passage of time, older individuals often have a deep understanding of the transient nature of life. By sharing their reflections on mortality, gratitude, and the importance of living fully, they can inspire young people to appreciate the present and make the most of the time they have. This lesson can be a powerful motivator for young people to live with intention, focus on what truly matters, and avoid taking life for granted. By learning to cherish each moment, young people can develop a greater sense of gratitude and a deeper appreciation for the richness of life. In essence, the exchange of wisdom between older and younger generations is a vital process that enriches both parties. Through storytelling, mentorship, leading by example, and fostering intergenerational dialogue, older individuals can impart lessons that help young people navigate life with greater wisdom, resilience, and purpose. These lessons, grounded in experience and reflection, can guide young people in building lives that are not only successful but also meaningful, connected, and fulfilling. The insights offered by older generations serve as a bridge between the past and the future, ensuring that the knowledge gained through years of life is passed on to shape the world of tomorrow. If it has resonated with you, please consider sharing it with others who might benefit from the lessons it holds. Together, we can all strive to lead healthier, more mindful lives, and to cherish the time we have with our loved ones. Until we meet again, take care, stay safe, and remember to watch out for one another. Thank you and see you in the next video.